Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you're new here, welcome. If you are coming back, it's nice to see you again. Life has been kind of crazy recently, okay? Like really crazy. And so I thought the people need an update because they don't know what's going on. I'm getting ready right now for the Taylor Swift movie. I have a whole list of things I want to talk about. All right, so where do I start? I don't even know. So I kind of hinted at it in a few videos. I got a new job. So I originally got my degree in biology and marine science, and I kind of wanted to do something with like environmental science, fisheries, and something along those lines. And so I've been applying for the last year at different places, literally all over the US. I was applying to originally like full-time positions only, then I was like, okay, haha, I'm not getting a job, so let me apply to part-time positions, like seasonal type work. Haha, still couldn't get a job. So in the meantime, I was working at Coach for a little bit. I was still working at the winery. I got actually promoted at the winery, so then I started doing like more team lead stuff, some admin stuff. I started doing the schedules and all that kind of stuff. I was actually really loving the winery. I still love the winery. It's just they couldn't give me full-time hours, and that is just like, I just needed a job. So I was still applying to things. I think I applied to the job that I ended up getting literally like 4 months or something before they actually called me back and said they wanted an interview. So I had basically given up on that job. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting it. And they called me back for the interview. I was actually in Washington State when that happened during my interview. So luckily it was a Zoom interview and I thought it went really well. And I was like super nervous. I guess I should give you a little background. So the institute where I got this job, I worked there before. I had been trying to get a job there for a while because they are like the leading marine science place in Virginia. And so I went to this like job fair that they had there, except for it wasn't a real job fair. It was just like them telling us about their research. I went in there and I was like, okay, so this isn't a job fair. I don't really need to be like smoozing up to these people. And while I was there, I met this one gentleman who's now my boss. He was the last person I met that day, and we were just kind of going over his research, and I was just like talking to him, kind of like not making a very good impression. And then at the very end of our conversation, he says, oh yeah, by the way, we're hiring in my lab. And it was like the perfect job, but I knew that I had just bombed like this whole interaction with him. I was so discouraged after that. I remember leaving and I called Ben and I was just like, I just had the worst interaction of my life. Like, I can't believe I didn't like, I don't know, it was just really bad. And so he was actually on my interview panel and I was like, I hope he doesn't remember me. Like, it's so embarrassing. And then he did, but he was like super nice and like, I've loved working with him since then. So it all worked out in the end. But trust me, I was so disappointed at myself at the beginning for like bombing this first interaction with my potential and actual future boss. Okay, my hair's not great, but this is gonna have to do for right now. Anyways, finally they offered me the job, and so it's a seasonal job. It's only till the end of February with the potential for getting hired like full-time. But the job is so cool. So I get to be on like a vessel for weeks at a time. I actually leave tomorrow at 4 a.m. to drive up to Long Island to get onto a boat. And then I'm gonna be on that boat for 2 weeks. And we just do all kinds of like fish and fisheries research. I was on a shark vessel for a little bit. I have that video here. We were just catching sharks and doing like quick workups to see like length and sex and things, to see what sharks are in the like benthic bottom of the ocean. So that was awesome. That was in the like right off of the coast of the Chesapeake Bay. Actually like 30 miles offshore we found one of the biggest sharks they'd ever found in the survey, the second biggest one. It was 12 feet 10 inches, which was crazy. So freaking cool. The survey I'm about to be on is a fish stock assessment survey. So that one we're looking at what's in the water, how much of it, and how old they are. We also do diet analysis, so we take some of the guts of some of them and see like what they're eating, to get food web analysis, and it's just like so cool. The last 3 weeks I've been in the lab and I've been doing otolith aging, which the otolith in a fish is basically like the ear bone of the fish, and you can actually read them, like a cross section of them, like a tree ring, so you can see how many years that they are alive. I'll insert a picture. That picture is a 3-year-old, so you can see the 2 distinct bands, and then on the very bottom it has a dark edge, and so since it's the springtime, they would be laying down their like next stripe right now, so we like add a year because it would have been there if we caught them like a little bit later. It's just been really cool. I've been doing fish like identification, which I thought I was like so intimidated by, but it's really just been so interesting and so cool, and I picked it up like fairly quickly, which I'm very proud of myself for. In the winter, I will definitely do like a whole like lab day in the life. Very cool work that I'm doing, which is so amazing. And then I'm also still working at the winery, leading events and doing that, and admin work, so it's definitely been a lot. Don't get me wrong, I have been working like a mad woman. I worked like 12 days, had 1 day off, worked 13 days, had 1 day off, but also like very rewarding, and I have been making a lot of money, so that's always a plus. Oh, you might be wondering, hey Jasmine, do you get seasick on these boats? Do I get seasick? The answer is yes. So in our very first survey that I went on the boat for like a week. That one was like a really, really nice boat, a $10 million boat. We were only in the Chesapeake Bay, so there was like not that many waves, and it was really, really nice. And I was like, dang, I don't even get seasick, like what? And then I had a reality check on the second vessel. So that one I was on for I think like 5 days. And the first day, by 10 a.m., I'd already thrown up over the side twice, and I was really rethinking my life. I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I woke up the next morning and it was like magic. It was just like better, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually fun. Yeah, I really don't know what happened, but I'm really grateful for it. So then this third boat that I'm about to be on, we're like actually in the ocean. We're going from like Long Island all the way down to North Carolina. There's like 150 different stations. It's a 4-week long survey. I'm only on the 2nd and 3rd weeks, which I'm very thankful for. This boat, we rent it from a commercial fisherman family. I've heard it just doesn't have as many creature comforts as a Miss $10 million over here, you know? And so it's gonna be a little bit rough. We're not allowed to shower. We're only allowed to shower like every 3 to 4 days. Yeah, and we get like way larger catches on this one than the first survey I was on. So it's just gonna be like lots of hard work, not that much shower ability / water availability, and we're gonna be further out to sea, so it's gonna be a lot wavier. There's also a storm coming next week, so we might have to dock for like that day, but like I'm very worried about my seasickness, so y'all pray for me because we'll see if I make it. I've been very fortunate that I've been given this opportunity. I love all of my coworkers. They're like the sweetest people ever. I get my own like desk, and I work in this house. It's like an old like frat house, but they converted it into office spaces. And so it's just like a big like family. I don't know, it's like really nice, and I really enjoy it. So I'm really excited that I was able to get this opportunity, especially after literally a year of applying to jobs. Didn't think it'd be happening. Anyways, another huge thing that happened this week, Ben moved cross country with his brother John to Idaho. It took them 5 days to drive the like 36 hours. Yeah, they just got in last night to their new apartment. He gave me a tour like over FaceTime, and it's literally so cute. It was really fortunate for them, so they were able to get this apartment that's like 2 master bedrooms, and so the common space in the middle is like their living room and their kitchen, and then on either side they have like their master bedrooms, they have an adjoining walk-in closet, and then they have like bathrooms in each of their rooms. They both just have like all this space and it's really nice. He said that the apartment is like at the heart of the city. They're just like so excited. Today there was like a farmer's market like super close to their apartment, and they went out to that this morning. So I was like getting pictures of them at the farmer's market, and I'm just like, I'm really excited for this new like chapter that Ben is gonna be in. I mean, both of us are gonna be in. I'm less excited for the both of us part because I'm over here in Virginia and he's not. But we're gonna do the long distance, and if it was with anyone else I'd be worried, but I just like trust him completely. We've been together for like 2.5 years now. Anyone can do it, it's us, but that doesn't make it any easier, and that doesn't make me like want to do it because I obviously don't want to be so far away from him. We've already been doing kind of long distance because his job is a traveling job, and so he's gone for 21 days, back for 9, and so this is his 3rd rotation where he's left. So we already have been doing like this like long distance thing the last 3 months, but then he comes back for 9 days and it's like a holiday and we get to just like spend every single day together and be super happy. So now when he comes back for 9 days, he's going to Idaho and not here. So it's not good. I'm gonna miss him. But yeah, if you guys have any tips for how to deal with long distance, leave them down in the comments below. Like, I'll take any advice that anyone can give because I've literally asked like everyone that I know that does long distance. I'm like, what advice do you have? It's gonna be a challenge, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I have some exciting trips coming up probably. I've actually been on a lot of exciting trips. In August, I went to Las Vegas with my mom. We saw Adele. That was the craziest, like, best night of my life. Literally, I'm still in shock. Just uploaded that video. I would highly recommend watching that if you like Adele or you like vlogs or you just want to see what happened, because it was just such a cool experience. I mean, seriously, like, so amazing. I got back from that concert and I was on like a concert high, and I literally that week bought tickets to see Bailey Zimmerman, Ernest, Parker McCollum, and Morgan Wallen in concert. I tried to get a bunch of people to go with me. No one wanted to go with me, so I drove up to DC 3.5 hours by myself, went to the concert, and then drove back. And that whole concert was like such a mess because the concert started at 4, so I literally got there at like 2:30 or something, got food and stuff, lunch, and then went to the concert. Well, Morgan Wallen didn't even come on until 9, so we didn't even end until 12, and then I had to drive 3 hours home. So I literally didn't get home till like 3:15. I was so tired. I bought like an energy drink at like a sketch gas station in DC, and I'm like on the phone with Ben and I'm like, make sure I don't die. And then on the drive home, I called my mom and she talked to me the whole time, and like literally she's the reason why I made it in one piece, because I was gonna go see our family friends that live in Maryland and I was just gonna stay with them because it would have been like a 30-minute drive, but one of them had COVID, so then they were like, you can come if you want. I was like, great. And my other friend who lives in DC was out of town, so I literally had no option. I had to go home or sleep in my car and get mugged in the middle of the night. Also, my like eyeliner is like dying and it is literally like leaking, and it's very upsetting because it's like my favorite eyeliner. I'm not showing you guys any of my products. All my stuff is so old, like seriously, but this is my eyeliner. It's the like NYX Epic Ink liner, and it's waterproof, so great for concerts where I sob. As far as the actual concert went, so I was like really worried. I'm a female and I'm going to this like huge concert by myself, but I honestly felt so safe. Like leaving the concert venue, there were so many cops like everywhere. It was so well lit. Like everybody was moving in the same direction, like towards the cars. Like I don't know, I just felt extremely safe. Whereas I thought I was like not gonna feel safe, or I was gonna be like scared or anything. While I was there, this other girl that was sitting like right behind me, she was also there by herself. So I met her, we talked, and then she was like, yeah, I really like to dance at concerts. I was like, girl, you just met your match, because me too. And so we literally like danced and sang to every single song the whole night, and it was like such an amazing experience. And so shout out to her, because you made it such a good experience. And then my mom's coworker, who's like also around my age, Haley, she was also at the concert. They paid for like way better seats, so they were like in the front, but I saw her for like 30 minutes, and that was nice to see like one familiar face. Then I went to my own seats that were in the nosebleeds. As far as like Whelan, he was amazing. It was so cool. He played like so many of his songs. I think he literally sang for like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. It was just like unreal. Like I feel like I've loved him for a really long time. I love his music so much. Like it's one of my like top played albums. It just never like occurred to me that I could see him live. Like that was even like a possibility. So like actually seeing him live was so cool. So cool. Highly recommend. Go to a concert by yourself. Like it was a top tier experience, and like it taught me like I don't actually need somebody to come with me to a concert to have a good time. And also the same night my mom saw Nickelback, so that was like a cool thing. When we got home, we were just like both like fangirling over our concerts. Then, so that was in September, and then in October 5th, I saw the Jonas Brothers in concert. That was crazy. I went with Verity, my like best friend. I've got a few vlogs with her, you can find them. Okay, let me just close this cap up, because I'm obviously not putting my eyeliner on right now. First off, like their concert was crazy. Like literally they sang almost every song they've ever written. They went through all 5 of their albums. So like they would do, for most of their like older albums, they do like the chorus of like every single song, and it was just so cool. Their concert was literally 3 hours long. The first half of their show, before the intermission, they did like a lot of their older songs, and so that was like Fangirl, Jasmine from 2010, like my childhood dreams coming true. They finished the set with Burning Up, and I literally was sobbing. I was just like, I'm unwell. And then the second half of the show was like their Vines album, Vines, Lines, and something, and their 2 most recent albums, like The Album and Happiness Begins, and they were so good. I don't know, it was just it was amazing. I just had such a good time. Oh, also, did I mention that Verity got us ridiculous seats? We were literally so close to them. We were literally like 10 rows away from their like piano stage. 10 rows. Yo, I could see like the sweat on their face. And I almost brought my binoculars, because your girl needed binoculars at Adele and Whelan. But it was ridiculous. It was crazy. So also they're just like so attractive. Like literally, like Adele was the most beautiful human I've ever seen. And then the Jonas Brothers were just so attractive. I was like, how are y'all real? Like, I'm shocked. I'm baffled. It was just everything. It was everything. And then in March, I don't know if you guys know about the like in-concert things where they like play a movie and then like there's a live orchestra playing. We watched Star Wars in concert like a million years ago, and it was like one of the coolest experiences ever. Anthony Daniels was the one that like was talking to us throughout it, which like he was live there, so that was wild. He even talks about it in his book. I wasn't a huge fan of his book, but he still talked about it for a second in there, and I was like, I did that, I was there. But in March, my mom and I are gonna go see Harry Potter in concert, and so they're playing the first movie with a live orchestra. Isn't that so freaking cool? I love orchestras, I love like ballets, I love just like live performances of things like that. Let me put this eyeliner on and then I'm gonna stop rambling. I mean, if you're still listening, thanks for being here, but we'll see if anyone actually watches to this point. There's a lot of great books coming out in the next couple months. Well, actually, they're like all either out or about to come out, but I want to read the third Once Upon a Broken Heart book. That one is coming out, so I'm excited for that one. V. Schwab just came out with a new book. It's the fourth book in her Darker Shades of Magic series, and I literally already bought it, so I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to actually read it. The second Fourth Wing book, November 7th, y'all. I'm so hyped. I'm literally so hyped. And I didn't vlog it, but I read Fourth Wing, and that was like one of the best experiences of my life. So great book, amazing. Very excited for the second. Then there's Nimona. I read that in a reading vlog a while ago. I didn't realize that they literally made an animated movie of it already, so I want to watch that. Okay, why does it look like I didn't even put any blush on? I'm screaming right now. Y'all are distracting me. But I also want to finish season 2 of Shadow and Bone because I've been watching that. I've actually only watched one episode, but I love Miss Libradugo, so I'm gonna keep watching that when I have time. I'm still watching Hunter x Hunter because I just like cannot finish series, and it's really good. They're like in the middle of this huge battle that's been like the whole talk of like the whole season 5 I think I'm on, and I just don't know why I can't finish it, but I'm gonna finish Hunter x Hunter at some point. Oh, Percy Jackson comes out like very soon, and I'm so incredibly hyped for that. Like, this is so long overdue, it's unreal, and I can't wait. The fourth Hawthorne Brothers book just came out. I've seen like everybody reading it / picking it up, and I'm so jealous. That will be me very soon, mark my words. I'm gonna be on the boat like most of October, which is pretty sad, but I'm really hyped because I found this graphic novel called Sheets, and it looks so freaking cute. It's about a ghost in a laundromat. I really want to read that. I might read that like in November, even after Halloween. Oh, the last one, Snakes and Songbirds. The Hunger Games prequel. Not only is the movie coming out, which I will be watching, but I also need to read the book, so I need to get on that because I'm pretty sure that comes out like very soon, and I'm so hyped for it. This is like my #1 mascara, Lash Paradise. I don't really go heavy on makeup very often. The only other thing that I would have done is added my like BB cream underneath and then like a powder foundation on top, but I just forewent that today because I feel like my skin is really not that bad. I don't know how people do these get ready with me's because I had such a hard time like talking and actually doing things as well. I hope it felt like we were like on a FaceTime or something. That's like the goal. I just want to feel like we're like besties, you know? And we're just living life together, and it's a roller coaster. Along the way you get to see some amazing concerts and meet some amazing people, and they make it all worth it. It's crazy to think like how your life like can change so like rapidly, because like I was actually gonna go to Idaho like with Ben and John, and then I got this job and it was like everything that I had like been wanting, and so like I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Like I could be in Idaho right now with them, which makes me like so sad, but at the same time like I'm leaving to be on a boat tomorrow and like live out my marine science dreams, or like even just see like if it is my dream, like if my dream is something that I still want. Also, y'all know I had like a realization. Body dysmorphia is like such a thing because I like lost a bunch of weight like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, for no reason. I think it had something to do with like my protein intake and stuff, but I don't have that many clothes I can wear anymore that fit me, and my favorite pair of jeans, they're the ones I'm wearing right now. I didn't even know this, but I was like looking at them the other day because I was like, I need to get more jeans. Like, what size are these? And they're literally a size 2. They're like big around my waist. And yet when I got out of the shower today, I was literally like, oh my god, my stomach is so huge. Like, I need to do crunches or something. And so it's just kind of crazy to think like I can literally be in a size 2 pants and still think I'm overweight. Anyways, I hope that everybody has a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Try and find some reason to smile today and talk to a friend or loved one. that you haven't in a while. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, if you're subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. I love you all, each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful for your support, and I can't wait to see where life takes us next. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I'm about to go see the freaking Taylor Swift movie. I'm so excited. Okay, bye.